Hi, are you worried about your makeup slipping, sliding and even dripping off your face as the temperatures rise? Well, I've just come back from a trip to Thailand where it was average 36 degrees C during the day, and I'm going to share with you all the secrets, all the makeup techniques I used to make sure that my makeup was as flawless at the end of the day as it was at the beginning. So stay with me and let's get into it, shall we? First thing I'm going to do here is apply a primer, and my primer of choice is from the e.l.f. range. It's a power grip primer. It can be obtained from any local drugstore. It's quite cheap, but it's a very good and strong primer to use. Make sure you apply it all over your face and down the neckline. It's a good keying for your foundation. The foundation of choice I use for this particular challenge comes from the Kryolan range. It's actually the Dermacolor range, and I chose shade D4W here. Now this product is extremely highly pigmented and goes a long way and is very durable. It can be applied with a wet sponge, but here I'm just taking it straight out of the tube at this particular stage and just applying it liberally all over the face and nose area. I'm starting to blend it in with a Kryolan Garden Clean Beauty blender all around the face, around the eyes sockets, around the cheek, and also along the neckline and underneath. I want to make sure it's blended in as best as possible. It's slightly damp, this beauty blender, makes it a little bit easier to push it around. But don't over dampen your beauty blender. Because there's quite a lot of oil in this particular product, I've taken a blending brush, a natural blending brush, and I'm just feathering out all of the foundation, just generally going over it quite vigorously to make sure it's even. I know you're going to get brush strokes in your foundation, but don't worry. After you've done that, I'm now going to move on to a little bit of pre-contouring using exactly the same brand Dermacolor, but this time in shade D13, which is quite a strong colour. I'm actually chiseling in my jawline here. I'm taking it down first of all the right hand side and then the left hand side of my jawline, and I'm eventually going to go underneath the cleft area and join them together. What I'm trying to do here is just narrow my jawline a little bit, and also I've got a slightly wide nose, so I'm going to contour that with a synthetic brush. I just put some of the product on the brush and I'm just doing some quite deliberate lines along the inside of my eye there and down the full length of my nose. I will be taking it around the end, as you can see there, just to foreshorten the nose a little bit. Now here I'm going to start to put on a little bit of lift in my eye area. I'm using this Kryolan cream blush in shade Desert Rose, and I'm applying it just above the cheekbone area here, quite liberally at the moment, so you've got two definitive lines. I've taken a new beauty blender and I'm slowly blending out those harsh lines I just created along the jawline, and then taking from the rose colour into that dark colour on my cheekbones there. Just blend it all in. Looks a little bit messy, but you have to trust the process. It all comes together in the end. It's worthwhile having several beauty blenders around so you don't overdo one colour and just make it all into a mess. Here you can see I'm just working on the inside of the nose a little bit. I've taken a smaller blending brush just to take off the surface oil once more and blend it in and take some of those harsh edges off. Got in with a bigger blending brush here, and I am just vigorously working around the cheek area. I'm trying to diffuse the light, and I'm also really trying to pick out any of the foundation that may have gone into the cracks and aging lines I have. this point I've gone in again with this cream blush in Desert Rose, just at the top of the cheek area now, because I've got the undertone right, and I'm just blending it in. Now you can see here I'm using a stippling motion. And the reason I'm using a stippling motion is I want to push it all in, and I don't want to leave those streaky lines you get when you use a brush. Again, I'm using a blending brush, but I'm actually using a stippling motion. Just push, push, push. I'm touching my face here just to see how sticky it is, if there's any surface oil on it. And as a final test, what I've taken is a flat piece of cloth area here, and I'm just stamping it all the way over my face. This cotton cloth is quite good at taking off any excess, particularly around the eyes. Gently pressing it in. We need to get as much surface oil of the product off as possible before we apply our dry powder. Now that's important because that's the secret to this whole thing here. This is the Kryolan dry powder. Now normally when you see me do a makeover I don't apply much translucent powder, but here I'm really forcing it on. I'm pushing it on all over. This really seals the foundation, and this dry powder is incredibly good at absorbing any sort of sweat that you may produce in extreme heat. Of course, when I'm happy with it all, I use a big fluffy brush and just get all of that excess off. Just circle motions here just to make sure that the finish is good. It doesn't look too matty. I thought I'd do something different here. This actually, believe it or not, is a liquid eyeliner. It's in a colour called Aubergine, which is a brown colour, and I'm painting it all over the lid. Now when it's still wet, I'm taking a eyebrow brush and just feathering it all out before it dries. I want to use this as a deep undercoat to my brown eyes. It just goes to show that if something is called an eyeliner, you don't just have to use it for eyelining, you can actually use it for your entire lid. Again, applying it to my left eye. It's quite liquid, this particular eyeliner. I want to get most of it in place before I put it in with my brush, so I'm just feathering it out with the brush here. Now this is slightly damp, but you do have to work quite quick with it just to make sure that you can blend it out. Now we do need to seal this, and I've taken the MAC Cosmetics eyeshadow in shade Mulch, which is a nice brown colour, and I'm patting it over the top and really building up the depth of this brown eye. I'm taking it back to the socket line as much as I can, going back and forth. And repeating the process on my left eye. So if you're using a cream, it's always advisable to seal it with a powder where possible. Again, you can see here I'm going right into the socket line, just making sure I've got that colour well and truly in place. Now we've got a few harsh lines around the eyes, so what I've done here is taking a rounded dome softer brush, and I'm going back and forth the socket line here, a bit like a windscreen washer, just to diffuse that edge area in your socket. Looks a bit weird, I think. Now we need to build up the outside of the eye a little bit, and I've taken a fairly neutral colour. This is MAC eyeshadow in shade Best for me. Because this is a sort of semi-day look, I don't want to be too dramatic around the eyes. I just want to fill it all in and make sure it looks soft and gentle. Always keep checking when you're applying your eyeshadow as well, just to make sure you don't overdo it. A little bit at a time. I'm going to go back in along my lash line here with e.l.f. liquid eyeliner in shade Black, because I'm going to be applying some false eyelashes, and I always like to line my eye first of all, so the strip of the lashes is not quite so prominent. Always take your time when you do this, because you don't want a huge big line. Now this is a bit odd, I know, but I've taken the Amazing Shine eyelash glue, which is black, and I'm going over that line. Now I'm putting the glue on my eye and not on the lashes. It's just something that I do that works for me, actually. It makes putting lashes on that much easier. Now I'm using the Amazing Shine Star 138 here, which is quite a dramatic lash. Just popping it on that black line that we've created, turning the tweezers over and just gently prodding it into place. And I apply the same technique on my left eye, go over that black line with the Amazing Shine black glue, and then just dropping the lashes in place. It's not the greatest of visual representations here. That's because I'm looking right down into a mirror here to make sure that I'm getting the strip of the lashes right in place. Just take your time doing this. It can be a bit frustrating, but once you get them in place, just prod them in with your fingers, and voila, there you have it. Now to make the eyes stand out a little bit more, I'm lining both the inside and the waterline using this Kryolan Cosmetics face liner in shade 20, which is a brown shade. I'm doing the top area of the eye here, the inside of the eye. Sometimes it makes you wince. It takes a little bit of practice. If you feel like you're tearing up, just remove the pencil and just let your eyes rest a bit. I always drop the bottom of my eyelids a little bit here to get the line in place. I never use the tip of the pencil, always the side. I find by doing the inside of both top and bottom, it just makes the eye stand out much more. This is my favourite thing to do, which is my eyebrows. I use the Kryolan Cosmetics Eyebrow Wax. Here I'm using a standard brown colour. I've taken a typical eyebrow brush and I'm slowly picking up my own hairs here and shaping in the eyebrow, just a little bit at a time. I find this gives a nice tattooed look. If you watched my videos before or my makeup tutorials, you know this is my go-to technique. And as always, I always say that eyebrows are brother and sister, not identical twins. Just thought I'd throw that one in there just in case you're worried about getting them perfectly balanced. Take a little bit on your brush each time and build the eyebrows up. Now my favourite bit is doing the lips. I'm using a lip liner here in the shade 10, which is, as you can see on the screen, is actually a sort of reddish colour. Now to be honest here, it doesn't really matter what the colour is because I'm going to end up doing a brown lip. I just want a line all the way around the outside to the desired shape. You can see me here stretching the mouth out so I know exactly where I want to put the line, the outside line of my lip. Just make sure you connect it all the way around. Now my favourite little trick is to take a brand new or a clean eyebrow brush and feather these lines around to make sure that they're all nice and smooth into the shape that I really want. I always take my time over this, pushing in any excess. You can see the lips are slowly taking shape. Now this particular lipstick I'm using here is quite a unique one. It's a matte lipstick here. It goes on super well and I bought it in Thailand and it really did do the trick. It goes on beautifully and it's a darkish brown colour. I've taken a lip brush here, a very fine one, so I can just trace out over the top of the line I previously constructed using the lip pencil. So hence the reason why it doesn't really matter if you can't match the colours up. Slowly but surely the lip takes its shape. Just do a little bit at a time. Now, as I say, this is very creamy and it's a gorgeous consistency. But what I wanted to do was not just have a brown lip, but have one with a little bit of a pop to it. So I've taken this Kryolan Cosmetics lip stain in a colour called Latin, which is like a pinky colour. And I popped it in the centre of the lip and a little bit at the top. And I'm going to blend them together to give me a bit more of a pouty look. Just take a clean brush and just push them together. And then just smack your lips together. Now I'm really defining my cheekbones a little bit more here with this extra dimension blush from MAC, which is called Hard to Get, and believe me, it is hard to get because it's been discontinued. But if you still are interested in getting it, just drop me an email. I do have a little source where I can just about get 2 or 3 more of them if required. I'm taking it all the way along my cheekbone using that flat top brush there. Now to get me a little bit more highlighter, I'm using this MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in shade Soft and Gentle. It's my go-to for a highlighting powder. I put it along the forehead, just above the eyebrows, down the center of the nose, and in this V area here I keep working it back because this really helps to highlight and open up the eyes. You can see the powder coming off in the background there. But believe me, there's not that much on the brush. Just keep working it in. A little bit around the lip area and the chin area. Not too much, just enough to catch the light. Now I'll move back into my eyelashes here. I'm just using this e.l.f. 3-in-1 mascara in black. I'm doing the top lashes first. I should be looking up. That's it, I'm looking up there, and I'm using this to just connect these machine black lashes to my natural ones, just to make sure that it all looks very natural. Always start at the top. You will see me blinking a few times. That does transfer some of the mask down to the bottom lashes, but I still have to give them a little bit of a touch up. Here when you're doing your lower lashes, try and look down. You can just about see me here looking down into a mirror. Just gives you a bit more 3D depth, stops you from dragging it against your face. Also, what I like about this particular mascara, it's got a little ball on the end, which makes things a little bit easier. Now, what I'm doing is taking off all the excess powder, just making sure it's all beautifully put together, and that is the final look. All I really need is a bit of hair, and voila, as if by magic, there we are. So I hope you like that little bit there. I'm going to go back just to finish off. Hi, and thank you for staying to the end here. Now, if you'd like some of the products or more information on those particular products, I have left all the details down below in the description with any corresponding links I can find. So hopefully you're going to find that helpful to you. One thing I would like to say is that over the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've been working incredibly hard on the crossdressinglifestyle.com website. And please, if you've got a minute or two, have a little look around because I'm trying to really build a community there. It's coming along slowly, and I think you will find it quite interesting. There are lots of good ideas I've got up my sleeve. I just need to find the extra hours to do the programming. So any of your comments on that particular website will be greatly received as well, because this is a two-way communication exercise, and I think I love it when I can pass on information, particularly special offers, and there are a few of those coming up very soon, to you, my beautiful little followers. So thank you very much for that. Now the last thing is, please, as always, stay safe, stay gorgeous, and until the next time, bye bye.